A reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. Luke. Jesus spoke the following parable to some people who prided themselves on being virtuous and despised everyone else. Two men went up to the temple to pray, one a Pharisee, the other a tax collector. The Pharisee stood there and said this prayer to himself: I thank you, God, that I am not grasping, unjust, adulterous, like the rest of mankind, and particularly that I am not like this tax collector here. I fast twice a week. I pay tithes on all I get. The tax collector stood some distance away, not daring even to raise his eyes to heaven. But he beat his breast and said, God, be merciful to me, a sinner. This man, I tell you, went home again at rights with God. The other did not. For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, but the man who humbles himself will be exalted. The Gospel of the Lord. Does God listen to all our prayers? Today's second reading assures us that God is mindful of all prayers, and especially in moments of complete abandonment, God will vindicate the righteous who raise their voices to Him. While the first reading echoes this, it clarifies that God does not need those prayers which raise detrimental comparisons with another. This is exactly why Jesus tells the parable of the prayer of the Pharisee and tax collector to some self-righteous Jews who regarded others with contempt. It would be absurd to think that any prayer that honors oneself and judges, condemns, humiliates, or wishes harm for another can ever be acceptable in God's sight. A good prayer requires that we empty ourselves of ourselves to let God in. The prayer of an anonymous soldier expresses this well. I asked God for strength that I might achieve. I was made weak that I might learn humbly to obey. I asked for help that I might do greater things. I was given infirmity that I might do better things. I asked for riches that I might be happy. I was given poverty that I might be wise. I asked for all things that I might enjoy life. I was given life that I may enjoy all things. I got nothing that I asked for, but everything that I hoped for. Despite myself, my prayers were answered. I am among all men most richly blessed.